Yirmeyahu, Jeremiah chapter 31. At that time, declares Yah, I shall be the Elohim of all the clans of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus said Yah, a people escaped from the sword found favor in the wilderness, Israel, when it went to find rest. Yah appeared to me from afar, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love, therefore I shall draw you with loving commitment. I am going to build you again, and you shall be rebuilt, O maiden of Israel. Again you shall take up your tambourines and go forth in the dances of those who rejoice. Again you shall plant vines on the mountains of Shomeron. The planter shall plant and treat them as common. For there shall be a day when the watchmen cry on Mount Ephraim, Arise and let us go up to Zion, to Yah our Elohim. For thus said Yah, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Cry out, give praise, and say, O Yah, save your people, the remnant of Israel. See, I am bringing them from the land of the north, and shall gather them from the ends of the earth, among them the blind and the lame, those with child and those in labor, together, a great assembly returning here. With weeping they shall come, and with their prayers I bring them. I shall make them walk by rivers of water in a straight way, in which they do not stumble. For I shall be a father to Israel, and Ephraim, he is my firstborn. Hear the word of Yah, O nations, and declare it in the isles far off, and say, He who scattered Israel gathers him, and shall guard him as a shepherd his flock. For Yah shall ransom Jacob, and redeem him from the hand of one stronger than he. And they shall come in and shall sing on the height of Sion, and stream to the goodness of Yah, for grain, and for new wine, and for oil, and for the young of the flock and the herd. And their being shall be like well-watered garden, and never languish again. Then shall a maiden rejoice in a dance, and young men and old together. And I shall turn their mourning to joy, and shall comfort them, and shall make them rejoice from their sorrow, and shall fill the being of the priests with fatness, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, declares Yah. Thus said Yah, a voice was heard in Ramah, wailing, bitter weeping, Rachel weeping for her children, refusing to be comforted for her children, because they are no more. Thus said Yah, hold back your voice from weeping, and your eyes from tears, for there is a reward for your work, declares Yah, and they shall return from the land of the enemy. And there is expectancy for your latter end, declares Yah, and your children shall return to their own country. I have clearly heard Ephraim lamenting, You have chastised me, and I was chastised like an untrained calf. Turn me back, and I shall turn back, for you are Yah my Elohim. For after my turning back I repented, and after I was instructed I struck myself on the thigh. I was ashamed, even humiliated, for I bore the reproach of my youth. Is Ephraim a precious son to me, a child of delights? For though I spoke against him, I still remembered him. That is why my affections were deeply moved for him. I have great compassion for him, declares Yah. Set up signposts, make landmarks, set your heart toward the highway, the way in which you went. Turn back, O maiden of Israel. Turn back to these cities of yours. Till when would you turn here and there, O backsliding daughter? For Yah has created what is new on earth. A woman encompasses a man. Thus said Yah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel. Let him once again say this word in the land of Yehuda, and in its cities, when I turn back their captivity. Yah bless you, O home of righteousness, mountain of set-apartness. And in Yehuda and all its cities, farmers and those who journey with flocks shall dwell together. For I shall fill the weary being, and I shall replenish every grieved being. At this I awoke and looked around, and my sleep was sweet to me. See, the days are coming, declares Yah, that I shall sow the house of Israel and the house of Yehuda with the seed of man and the seed of beast. And it shall be that as I have watched over them to pluck up, and to break down, and to throw down, and to destroy, and to afflict, so I shall watch over them to build and to plant, declares Yah. In those days they shall no longer say, The fathers ate sour grapes, and the children's teeth are blunted. But each one shall die for his own crookedness. Whoever eats sour grapes, his teeth shall be blunted. See, the days are coming, declares Yah, when I shall make a renewed covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not like the covenant I made with their fathers in the day when I strengthened their hand to bring them out of the land of Mitzrayim. My covenant which they broke, though I was a husband to them, declares Yah. For this is the covenant I shall make with the house of Israel after those days, declares Yah. I shall put my Torah in their inward parts and write it on their hearts, and I shall be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. And no longer shall they teach each one his neighbor, and each one his brother, saying, Know Yah, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest of them, declares Yah. For I shall forgive their crookedness, and remember their sin no more. Thus said Yah, who gives the sun for a light by day, and the laws of the moon and the stars for a light by night, who stirs up the sea and his waves roar. Yah of hosts is his name. If these laws vanish from before me, declares Yah, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus said Yah, if the heavens above could be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I would also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, declares Yah. See, the days are coming, declares Yah, that the city shall be built for Yah from the tower of Hananel to the corner gate, and the measuring line shall again extend straight ahead to the hill Gareb. Then it shall turn toward Goah. And all the valley of the dead bodies and of the ashes, and all the fields as far as the Wadi Kidron, to the corner of the horse gate toward the east, is to be set apart to Yah. It shall not be plucked up or thrown down any more forever.